All right, let's just jump right in. You hear it all the time, right? AI is coming for programming jobs. But what does that actually look like in the real world? Can an AI today go from just an idea to a full-blown working app that's live on the internet without a human writing a single line of code? Well, one developer decided to put that to the ultimate test, live for the whole world to see.
And look, we're not talking about some simple Hello World tutorial here. The goal was ambitious. It was kind of nuts. The idea was to build a real piece of software, something you could actually package up and sell, using nothing but an AI to do all the actual work. That's the huge question at the center of this whole thing.
And there it is, straight from the host of the live stream, Ibrahim Khalil. The challenge he set was to build an expense tracking system. You know, the kind of app that can scan a receipt, rip out all the data, and stick it into a nice, clean dashboard. The kind of thing businesses pay real money for. And the rules he set? Wild. Zero human intervention, no programming experience required. The stage was set for this perfect, seamless, futuristic display of AI power.
Okay, so before we get to the part where everything goes completely sideways, and oh boy, does it go sideways, we need to meet the players. What's actually in this high-tech AI-powered toolkit? Because you can't just have a smart AI, right? It needs a whole workshop to build stuff in.
First up, the star of the show, Claude. This is our AI coder. And you gotta understand, this isn't like you're just chatting with an AI in another window and copy-pasting code. No. This thing is plugged directly into the code editor. It sees the files, it writes new code, it runs commands. For all intents and purposes, it is the programmer.
Next, every app needs a skeleton, right? A basic structure to hang everything on. For this project, that's Next.js. It's a super popular framework that just handles all the foundational stuff. You know, how pages connect to each other, how things get displayed. It's basically the foundation and the wall frames all in one package.
Right. An app with no memory is pretty much useless. And that's where Supabase comes into the picture. It's the database. You can think of it as the app's brain, or maybe its long-term memory. It's where every single username, every uploaded receipt, every little piece of data gets stored away neatly.
And last but not least, you build this cool app, but how do people actually use it? Well, that's Vercel's job. It's the launchpad. It takes all that code that Claude churned out and, with basically a click of a button, pushes it live onto the internet so anyone, anywhere can check it out.
So, let's recap. You've got the Genius AI Coder, a modern framework, a powerful database, and a one-click launchpad. On paper, this is a dream setup, a perfect automated software factory. The plan was literally flawless. So I'll ask you, what could possibly go wrong? And here we go. Welcome to the chaos. This is where that beautiful, perfect theory smacks head first into the brick wall of reality. And this right here, this is the moment the whole story pivots. Because what you're about to see is proof that it doesn't matter how smart your AI is, it still has to live in the real world. The plan was perfect. The internet, well, it was not.
And you know what the first problem was? Not some complex AI bug. Nope. It was the most basic human problem you can imagine. The live stream itself kept cutting out. A bad internet connection. It's just perfect, isn't it? The futuristic dream of AI programming brought to its knees by a weak Wi-Fi signal. So, okay, they finally get the internet sorted out. And bam, the first real technical roadblock. A big, ugly 401 unauthorized error. Now, all that really means is that our AI coder was trying to talk to the database, the app's brain, but the database was basically saying, sorry, I don't know you. The front door was locked. But why? And this is where it just gets hilarious. The reason it wasn't working? Supabase, the company that runs the database, picked that exact moment to do a major system update. Right in the middle of a live stream, trying to show how seamless everything is. You can't make this stuff up. It really felt like the universe was actively trying to sabotage the whole project. So this forced them into this really weird new kind of debugging dance. Check this out. Step 1, the AI writes some code that breaks. Step 2, the human just copies the error message. Step 3, he pastes that exact same error message right back into the AI that caused it. And then step 4, he asks the AI, hey, how do I fix this? It's this completely surreal feedback loop where the thing that caused the problem is also the thing you ask to solve it. So at this point, you've got bad Wi-Fi, surprise server updates, this bizarre debugging process. You'd be totally right to think, okay, this whole experiment is a total disaster. But that's not how the story ends. Against all odds, something incredible happened.
And here it is, the moment of truth. After all that struggle, all the restarts, all that weird copy-pasting of errors back into the AI, it worked. It actually worked. The code ran, the database finally connected, and a real, actual application started to appear on the screen. And we're not talking about some half-baked demo. No way. The final product had a real login and sign-up page, a working dashboard. You could actually upload a picture of a receipt, and the AI would scan it, that's called OCR, and pull out the store name, the total, the tax, all the important bits. This was a real, functional piece of software.
But here's the kicker. This wasn't just some project running on his own computer. The final step was deploying it live to Vercel, putting it out there on the actual internet for anyone to use. So that crazy promise from the very beginning, it actually came true. A real working app was born, and an AI did pretty much all of the coding.
So, that's it, right? The AI won. Game over. But actually, no. The real lesson here isn't about man versus machine, it's about man with machine. So let's really dig into what we learned from this whole chaotic adventure.
This really breaks it down perfectly. Look at the expectation versus the reality. The promise was 100% automated coding. The process was, well, it was a human constantly having to debug things. The promise was no human intervention. The reality, the human had to step in and fix all the big picture problems. And that leads to this huge takeaway at the bottom. The AI isn't really the programmer. The human's job just changed. You're not the one typing anymore. You're the project manager, telling the AI what to build and fixing it when it gets confused.
And this quote from the host, Ibrahim, just nails it. He says he relies completely on Claude to fix the errors. But, and this is the important part, you, the human, still have to be smart enough to know where the problem is, just so you know how to ask the right question. The AI has the answer, but only if you can ask the question correctly. So this is where we land. This whole thing proved one thing for sure. An AI can absolutely write complex code for a real app. No doubt about it. That part is getting automated, fast. But building things isn't just about writing code, is it? It's about dealing with the chaos, the bad Wi-Fi, the unexpected server updates, all the little things that go wrong. So the real question we're left with isn't, can an AI write code? It's, can an AI handle the chaos?